What's up, you stupid bastards? I can't believe you're still coming back. Guys, this is Mark from Gunfight Knives, and I wanted to show you what I'm going to be doing. I showed you this earlier in another video. This is what it's going to be going into, the mount. And I will be showing this, the Antimatter scope switch, in another video. I've showed this before in other videos on a different channel. When it first came out, a lot of people poo-poo on it. I actually like it a lot. I like it a lot. Very nice setup. It works really good. They say you don't have to break your grip, whatever, to go and spin the zoom on the scope, but you still have to move your hand from one spot to another. But it actually works really good. I want to see if it'll work on this scope. The scope is pretty stiff, but I want you guys to stay with me. And I've had this on a couple of different scopes, optics so far, and it worked pretty good. I had it on the primary arms PLXC for a while, but I wanted to put that on a different gun, and I didn't want all this setup on that gun specifically. So stay tuned, and I'm going to be tossing this stuff on and letting you guys see it. Alright, fellas, we're back. I wanted to weigh this Antimatter scope switch real quick so we can see what we're going to be working with. Let's move it out of the way real quick. I'm going to put all the components in. Let's see. All right, you can see that. The mount itself with the hardware. A little plastic trim that covers up the wires. The throw lever itself. And so for this setup, I have a Ranger band on the inside here, and the plastic came with one of these plastic things. Looked like just a 3D printed piece of plastic, but a little thinner one. So that's what's going to fit on the scope. So we're at 10.45 ounces for that setup. 10.45. Let me toss the scope on there with it so you guys can see. And it's going to be the scope with the caps. 10.45. I'll put this back on. 1 pound, 12.75 ounces. 1 pound, 12.75. So you can see what's on there. All right, guys, stay with us. Show you what we're going to put it on. All right. This is what we're going to be putting it on. It is a 16-inch AR, and what we're taking off is the EP8 from Arkin. I wish the scope switch would have fit on here. This is a lot fatter tube, but we're going to take this off and most likely put this on another rifle. So stay tuned, and I'll show you step by step. So this is off, basically, and we are going to toss this bad boy on here. Got to clean it up a little bit. It's dirty, but that's where it's going to have to sit. Can't go any further back. We're going to put some blue Loctite on these things and torque them down, and we're going to drop the scope in here and level everything out. So stay with us. All right, fellas, you have to thread the pull cables through. So you can see them here. It's one cable, and it just looped. So it comes, you have the two tag ends, and it comes down here, loops around the actual lever, and then you have to thread it underneath this, and then this is the plastic cover that snaps on over. So it has a little, there's channels on each side. So there's a divider, So I don't know if they don't get tangled up or whatever the case is. This is meant to be cut if you want to. I got on the 16-inch AR, so I don't really need to cut it because this is out where I want it, the length. So, but if you were going to put it on a shorter one, cut there, drop this back. But I just wanted to show you guys. That's basically how it works. So there's a pulley. Move this. Another pulley over here. It wraps around, and then when you throw the lever, or the switch as they call it, then it'll adjust the ring that's up here. I just figured I'd show you real quick that this had to be run before anything else because you don't want the scope and stuff in the way. So we're going to keep it moving. All right, gents, we're going to be torquing these scope rings down to 18 inch-pounds as the manufacturer suggested. That's the word. Vortex says 18 inch-pounds, no more. I can't get the what do they call this thing? The Arasaka scope leveling tool. Couldn't get that thing underneath. I remember that they said in the, I don't know if it was in the manual or in a video they did for the scope switch, they used playing cards to level it out. So you put playing cards down in there, twist it a little bit. It will settle. Take a couple cards out, maybe one card at a time. Tighten it a little bit more. And when you tighten it, this is how I do it. From here to the opposite caddy corner side, and then come back, hit this, and then there. Same for there when you are doing it. So we're using the Wheeler fat wrench today, and as well, this thing has come in pretty handy, taking off the old scope, putting on the new one. Again, you gotta be careful using any kind of power tool, but this thing is super good for doing stuff like this. So I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna level it out, put the bubble level on and everything like that, and we'll get after it. Stay with me. All right, here we go. Put all this on here. So I had to drop the scope back. I had to push the scope back just a little bit for this to work proper, because this, center a little more, was coming off the ring. So it was getting there and it would jump, because this ring has to be over this section a little better, because that's where the pulleys are. You can see the pulleys in there. So the last time I did this on the scope I used before was the primary arms PLXC, and the wires were a little bit longer, so it tucked up real nice. There was only probably a little bit less than, you can actually see where it was crimped, a little bit less than that and there, and I would brought them from here and crossed them over each other in the middle, and then it would be underneath there, if that makes any sense. But on this, maybe the ring's a little bit bigger, I'm not sure, but this one's hanging off and this one's got a little tag there, but not a big deal. Like I said, the amount I moved it was probably about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, that's basically what it's going to look like. It's the gun for now. It's a DPMS old. This is literally my first AR. DPMS with a Midwest Industries rail. I believe this is their lighter version. I'm not sure how many they have, but it's a lighter version. We have on the front the UTG Pro 360 bipod, the forward controls / revival defense, birdcage, flash hider. We got everyone's favorite, the Olight Odin. What are these sights? These, I believe, are Troy sights. Yep. Troy flip-ups. The Antimatter scope switch. Vortex Strike Eagle, BCM front grip, Ergo grip, LaRue trigger, their MBT trigger, Magpul bad lever, and a Magpul stock. I forget which one this is. But basically it, nothing crazy. It's literally the stock bolt that came in here many moons ago. The barrel is still the DPMS barrel, and I still haven't shot this thing out. It doesn't have a crazy amount of rounds on it, maybe like 9,000 rounds, something like that. It's a few, but still shooting good. All right, guys, so stay tuned, see what we're going to do, what else we're going to do in this video, or in this series, I guess, on this gun. But I just really wanted to focus on that because I really do like using this. A lot of people don't like it. They poo-poo it, and it's probably because they've never used it. Or they say it looks like you're jerking your gun off. Well, it may look like that, but it actually works pretty good. The only thing is you think you're not going to break your grip, but you literally are still breaking your grip once you are out here. So I keep it out here. I keep it on 1. If I want to zoom in, I'll pull it closer to me because this is where I'll normally be out. So once you pull it, boom, your hand is forced back. So your hand will be here or there. So it's not a big difference. If you put your thumb here on the front, you can push, and it's actually a little less of a distance. It'll just be the top of your thumb moving. And again, this one is a lot stiffer than the other scope I had on here, but it has not been broken in yet either. So, all right, guys, leave your thoughts, comments, concerns. Let us know how we're doing with the videos. If there's anything you guys would like to see, let me know. This is Mark from Gunfight Knives. We'll catch you in the next one. God bless.